Hey guys, what's going on here? It's Derek again, another good video this week. Specifically, I want to cover Lavaloonion, and just Loonian raids, guys. Just air raids. Not a lot of us use air raids in the clan. Obviously, like, dragon raids, can get you so far, and they, even if you've got max drags, that can be a good thing. But man, I just got starting to use loons and the hounds, and I'm actually upgrading hounds to level 2. So, I've been testing it out myself. For the first time I used it in war, and it was very successful. I had another clanmate, Eric, come in, never used it before. I had 30 minutes before the war was about to end. He hadn't attacked yet. I gave him the troop composition. Yeah, he watched one of my attacks from earlier and mimicked it and 3-starred. So it's obviously very simple. So that's what I want to talk about today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the war. Very slim victory, but a victory nonetheless. So we got to a level 2 war clan as a result. So that's really good for us. We're going to war again tonight at 8 o'clock. Give our guys some time for when they get off work, etc. Let's go ahead and take a look, guys, at those attacks. I believe the first one is... I think it was 17. Let me check here. Yeah, it's this one right here. This is 17. Alright, so I'm going to pause it just to show the troop composition. You see 20 loons, 10 minions, 3 hounds, 2 giants to lure the clan castle. This is you might need to bring some hogs to lure the clan castle, but obviously you can see, the clan castle is easily exposed there at the top, so you can lure it. He's got, his heroes, 2 rage, 2 heal, and in his clan castle, I believe we gave him more loons. Okay. So let's go see what he does. First thing, you gotta get the clan castle out and lure them away from the base. I'll fast forward this part here and pause it at a certain section. Tesla pops up there all of a sudden. No one was expecting that. Alright, so right here, what he's trying to do here is you want to clump all your wizards together. Okay? You want to clump all your wizards together, because when the balloons get taken down, when they fall, they explode, and so this is their splash damage. They'll take out all the wiz. And obviously many wars you'll see a lot of people have a bunch of wiz in the clan castle, clump them all together, let them shoot one balloon down, and the balloon will take care of them. It took him a couple of times because the first time he had done this and I had explained for him how to do it. Alright, so he kept on having to, but he finished it off right there. I'll show you in one of my other videos. We're gonna pause here because I just want to show you. He had sent the hounds in right from the get-go, but the thing is that hounds are much faster than loons, so they start getting blasted when the balloons aren't even within range of the defense yet, so it's kind of pointless. So I would hold off on that. Number 2, he kind of rounded out from the top, but you can see that all the loons pretty much went for the Tesla, and they didn't spread out evenly or go right after the air defenses. So anytime you see that, maybe bring in some loons from here as well, like right where that barracks is at, so that they'll go to the air defense. Can do the same over here. Launch some right here by the barracks, so that they can go, or maybe even by the spell factory, so that they go straight for the air defense and get spread out a little bit more. And because you don't need that many balloons just to take down one or few, just one defense, so they can start going to town on other stuff as you rage them up. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Now he brings in his backup loons. Once they start going to town there on the rage spell, you can see there's a couple minions in the background and his heroes. 1 loon goes down, I think, or 2 loons hounds go down. They explode, which is great, because now you got kind of like more minions going and just clearing up buildings behind all the defense that was already taken down, and they can help clean up the base, because loons are slow and it'll take time for them to 3-star a base. Sometimes you run out of time. So as you can see, he's pretty much almost done all the defenses, all the main defenses. There's only some ground stuff here. They got a cannon. Cannon's not gonna do anything to the loons. It is hitting the queen at the moment, but nothing major. He cloaks her up, uses her special ability. He's got 1 more defense, simply an archer tower. Notice the T-Hall is getting taken down by those lava minions. That's what I call them. They're called, I think, lava pups. But I call them little lava minions, and that's really important, guys. You want the hounds to eventually die, because you want those little lava pups to help clean up the base, and they also go after the heroes. They also go after any air defense. traps that come up, like the skeletons that come out and start attacking your loons. So they can be very instrumental in protecting the loons from traps. Obviously this guy had some ground traps, those little skeletons and stuff, but if they were air traps, and you don't have any minions to back yourselves up, the balloons are defenseless. So that's really cool by it there. Okay, I'm just gonna fast forward here because you can see he goes pretty much right to the base. Didn't go necessarily as perfectly as planned and all that, but it's still 3-star. Okay, and he didn't even have max loons or level 2 hounds. All right, let's see the next one here. Alright, so this one was mine. I had to stoop low down to 15 because we were down, and pretty much it was time to start 3-star in bases. We were down by like 3, I think. It was like 43 to 40, and it was time to start getting some 3-stars down below. So I always go for the stars, not for the loot. Alright, I always try to 3-star one top 10 base, which I did. That's 3-star number 7 to help our clan out, and then wherever I'm needed. Our rest of our clan was able to do well enough, so it was time to go down and get stars where we can. Usually easier 3-star or easier bases to 3-star is where you want to go towards the end of the war when you're starting to search for extra stars. Looking at this base, his air defenses are on the center. His clan castle is easily exposed. I use the same troop composition that you just saw in the previous one, so we'll just go ahead and fast forward as I use my giants to get out the clan castle. I use a minion down here to the left because there's nothing to shoot it down. So the troops come. Now, once I get them nice and centered, boom, one loon takes them all out. I was actually trying to send some minions right there. I sent 2 loons by accident. The minions would have taken down that clan castle, that gold cannon anyway, but heck, I just made a mistake. It wasn't a big deal. Notice now I send in the hounds. Okay, I was a slight delay there, so that the hounds aren't just getting shot by nothing. It's just or shot for nothing. They're not really deflecting anything away from the loons yet. So that's why I delay them, and they're much faster anyway. I drop my heroes, the minions in the background. They got nothing to shoot them down, as you can see. Alright, there's nothing to shoot them in the background. They're up there with the queen helping her clear up stuff. And now I've got the little lava pups and some minions already going towards the T-Hall, which is great because if anything I already get a 2-star. Alright, if worse comes to worse. But as you can see, this is too much to stop all this here. Got minions, got heroes, got loons still alive, got lava pups still alive. It's just going to overcome the base. Now I got max loons, and those are only level 1 hounds, I have seen a quad hound raids or quint hound raids. I think I got it from Galadon, which is another really good YouTuber. You guys can check him out if you already aren't aware who he is. Very popular. So, that's where I kind of got this concept of him and somebody else and sharing it with my clan so that everybody can get on board and have another strategy. I like as many strategies as possible, whether it's go wee wee, go wipe, go wee wipe, go wee wee wipe, whatever. Drag raids, loon, this Lavaloon stuff, Lavaloonian stuff, whatever. You got to be able to 3-star bases, and in order to do so, you got to have different strategies so that you can attack it from different angles. Okay, so I've got 2 more here to show you in one moment. And what I want to look at is, let's see here, that was 15. Jake, he's the reason why I want to show Jake, he's a very, very, very good attacker, and he doesn't use the hounds though. I'm not sure if he even has them. So he uses just Loonian. Okay, you see 28 loons, you see 29 minions. He brings in some wizards and to help out with the outer buildings, and then he uses a couple hounds. Hogs, excuse me, to lure the CC, which he needed in this case, which is smart. All right, that's his spell composition, which I think you'll see in another video where he 3-stars. He actually, I think, had 3 rage and 1 heal, or 2 rage and 2 heal. Since he had that lightning spell, I think that ended up hurting him. He decided to use, instead of sacrificing 1 loon or maybe 2 loons, which I think is better to take down the CC in case you miss on your first try. what happens is when you use a whole spell, you know, a spell can heal a lot of loons, or they can rage a lot of loons. So I'd rather sacrifice 2 loons and versus giving up a whole heal or rage spell that can affect more than just that loss of 2 loons. Okay, so he ended up 99%ing, but you know, obviously, you know, I'm sure he'll learn for the next time, and you know, I feel it's a good example nonetheless, because he's the one that uses this and it worked in his other raid, so which I'll show that 100% here. All right, let's go ahead and see what he does. He comes in from the top because he's obviously he sees where the clan castle warning circle is at, so he uses that. I think he even sends 1 loon just to make sure all troops come out of there, and indeed they had already done so. He brings them to the top. Okay, nothing can shoot those minions over there. He's clumping those whiz together, which is what you want to do. Clump all them whiz into one nice little group. Like, that's a decent sized group right there. He dropped a lightning spell right on them and took them all down, or almost actually had to drop a couple minions here, finish them up. I would have rather just sent that loon. Okay, so but nonetheless, let's see what he does here. He does the same thing as I do, sends in, or you know, sends in the loons spread out, and then just sends in whatever remaining minions he has. You don't want those minions dying, so you don't want to send them in too early. So you make sure that some of those defenses are down, or at least they're focusing on all the different loons, and then you know, the minions can go ahead and start clearing stuff behind them, and eventually get that T-Hall. First comes to worst. They're doing their thing. You'll see once, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just focus here, because basically those are just minions on the top clearing stuff. I'll zoom on in. You know, it looks like here you're like, oh my god, what a crappy raid. Well, he already 2-star, which is great, right? Because there was so many defenses in the middle that the splash damage from the loons actually took care of the actual T-Hall. You know, unfortunately, you know, another thing, maybe all he had to do was maybe just launch his heroes faster. Whatever, you know, either way, you know, it's still a really good raid to show you guys, because some of you don't have hounds, so I want you to use this strategy right here. He still has some wizards that he's going to go drop down there, you know, but unfortunately, you know, in the end, it just didn't work out for the 3-star. I'll go ahead and fast forward here. Good thing was he already had the T-Hall taken, which is the most important, to at least get that 2-star. And just go a little bit quicker here to finish it up. Boom. So, you know, really good effort, you know, but I'm sure he's upset that he didn't get that little extra building. But look, this is another good 3-star from him, so I want to show this one. Give him his redemption. It's actually a harder base because it's actually number 12. Alright, he brings this pretty much the same type of troop composition. You got 30 loons, 30 minions. He's got, you see, he has 3 rage and 1 heal this time. Alright, so here he goes with his at the bottom, getting the CC out. Alright, once he's got them all out there, he'll go ahead and lure him. Again, a minion where nothing can shoot it. He's trying to get them together. That one didn't go as planned. That one sure did. So you see, I mean, 2 loons is not bad compared to a whole spell, at least in my opinion. And now he's just going to go ahead and do his thing. Spread out his loons, pretty much very similar to how he did in the previous attack. There he's spreading his minions all the way around. He rages them. You really want to rage them quickly because you want him to go out. Looks like he had a hound in that castle. Okay, that's what you see there. That's where that hound came from. Which is another thing you can do if you have 30 spaces. I'll be glad to send you guys hounds, and we got other guys that got hounds as well, so they can do that. Looks like the T-Hall's already gone down. The minions are going after the Archer Queen there, if you see, right there, the top, and they just took her down. So that's another cool thing about backing yourself up with some minions. Alright. And now he can already launch probably his King and his Queen, which is what he's going to do now. Basically half the base is done. It's like the top half, percentage wise. He's more than that. He's more than 75%. He's got his minions going to town on everything. Really, there's only an archer tower that can stop them at this point because everything's aerial. So that negates all that stuff, okay? And we'll fast forward this one here for you. And boom, easy 3-star there, guys. So congratulations, Jake. I hope you guys, other people who don't have hounds, can use this exact strategy, okay? Let's go on to another video here. So lastly, guys, I want to go ahead and take a look at the 3-star I did on number 7. We'll scout them. This is a T-Hall 9. This stuff does work against T-Hall 9s, guys. So, you know, this is a base where you think, you know, maybe hounds would work. I'm not a fan of hounds. I mean, not hounds, I'm sorry, hogs versus T-Hall 9s because the queen is such a critical defense to T-Hall 9s. And so, you know, it's just not my thing. It even hurts these loon raids. You know, queens are tough. You saw Jake, you know, he beat a T-Hall 9, right? That was number 12. And he almost did it to number 13. You know, maybe just one spell away from making it happen or whatever. So, you know, the queen, that just goes to show how strong a queen can be, because when you go with these air raids, you know, she can shoot from far, high damage. They don't get to her, so she's just going to town, and you know, it really makes a difference. So I was like, look, expose air defense. Look, 2 down here. This guy, level 6, right? I think, you know, I don't think it's maxed yet for T-Hall 9. I think mine are maybe a little bit higher than that. I think mine are level 7, but nonetheless, look at his expos, set to ground. So I was like, you know what? This for my first Lavaloonion. I was like, I'll give this a shot. I was gonna go with 4 hounds, but like I had seen, which I think if I would have gone with the 4 hounds if these were probably like maxed air defense for T-Hall 9. But I was like, you know what? The expos are down to go low. I'll go ahead and just do the 3 hounds. Okay. I ended up using 2 hounds on this. Oh, excuse me, my bad. There was just a hole there, so I used it to get it. But you see at the top there where the king's at, there's more aerial stuff there than down here, because here he's got 2 cannons, a mortar, and then he's got the whiz tower and an archer tower, right? And obviously the 2 air defenses, but that's, you know, the same on this side, so 2 air defenses. But then he's got the 2 whiz towers and like 3 arch towers, or actually 3 whiz towers, even with this one. You know, 2 maxed, one I think level 6, and then you got 3 arch. So there's more stuff to the left that can hurt the balloons, okay, than are here on the right. All right, so I wanted to put 2 hounds on the top as a result. Okay, so that was my logic. See my troop composition. This time I had 5 minions, 3 hounds, 20 loons, just to make sure. I wanted to make sure I get those defenses, so I went with a little bit more. I think it was 1 more loon, and you know, so therefore 5 less, or just a few less minions. I also went with some archers, simply to go after like all these buildings on the perimeter. I wanted to use some archers on them. Actually it was 2 giants, all right, for the clan castle. I was gonna come in from here, then I noticed that they're right here where the barracks is at, but then I noticed that there was a little hole right there. So that's what I did. I used my other giant just to make them start coming to the right, which is where I had planned. I wanted to drop my archer at. Now obviously they're gonna take them down quick. Come to my archer tower. I'll zoom on in. I mean, speed it up. You know, I got them clustered right there. I dropped it too far away, so when it fell, it didn't really hurt them. So I had to drop it a little bit closer. Boom, and then, you know, here, I'll get some archers to take care of them. Bum bum. It was like a 1-2 punch. Alright, now here, guys, because the air defenses are already, I'm just spreading out my archers for the buildings. The air defenses are so close that I had to launch the hounds immediately, because I did not want to have my balloons getting hit at all, okay, by any air defenses. Now I should have spread a little bit more to the right when down here, because you know, I didn't have enough balloons, I think, go to the bottom side. Most of them went to the top side. Since there was 2 whiz towers over there, I decided to heal. And so the attack didn't go as I planned, simply because I think I should have had more troops go to this, more loons come to the bottom side, but that was my mistake there. And the end, you know, it really didn't hurt me. The queen is going to town on these guys, which is not a good thing. The king is getting whooped by those lava puppies. And then here I launched a clan castle. The house, I had some minions. All right. I got some loons coming in. I think the loons are pretty much gonna die, but I've got enough minions and lava puppies and my queen to make things happen. Okay. So there you go. Pretty much all these surrounding buildings are done. If you look at the top, my queen over here, she's instrumental because she goes to and takes down that Tesla without dying. Minions were instrumental as well, helping out with that arch tower. Queen takes down the air defense, takes down the whiz tower. I mean, she was really amazing. And then I got all these guys up here, so that's why I'm like, I'm still in good shape. Queen can even take down the T-Hall, man. I mean, the queen is the best, right? There goes the lava puppies, at least getting a little extra damage to the queen. Hadn't raged my king yet, so it was actually perfect. I didn't want to rage him too soon because then I can lose all those ground troops that he brings by like one giant bomb, and I didn't know where they could be since the base was so spread. And you know, obviously the giant bombs are going to be outside the base, not inside, because there's no space. So that's why I went and raised them at the end there, and they went right in. So you know, really good 3-star against a T-Hall 9. I was very happy with it, despite making an error by not having it go, by not spreading my loons, I think, properly, okay? So that's it, guys. Those are the raids. You got Eric's, you got Jake's, you got a couple of mine. A lot for you guys to digest, but you've got 2 styles, basically. You got the Lavaloonian or just the Loonian. If you got the Lava Hounds, I suggest use them. I really think they'll help you out. You can 3-star any T-Hall 8 with Lava Hound raids, like the Lavaloonians or just Lavaloon. I've done it with the Lavaloons now. I've even done it with Lavaloonian. It just overpowers. It's just too much. So that'll be good. So I always want to make sure all T-Hall 8s by, you know, in our wars, they need to go down. I don't see how we leave one T-Hall 8 non-3-star. So more of our guys should add this. And I'm pretty sure after seeing the replays and talking about it in chat, a lot of more people are going to be interested in doing it, and I see some interest, so that's good, guys. That's about it, guys. Now go ahead and get us ready for war here. We'll go to war in a few more hours, and hopefully get another victory. Got a couple back-to-backs now, and I hope we get another one here shortly. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you soon.